I'm going to be answering questions that people ask me on the streets. And I'm like, holy cow, why do I keep getting asked these questions? What do you do? Do you have a job? I'm a writer, and that is pretty dang obvious. What do you write about? What do I write about? Hello, what do I write about? I write about vampires and reincarnation and folklore and mythology and goodies. Michaela, why do you do so much research? I do research because research is very important when it comes to a novel. Research is the main mission that you need to accomplish, basically. Before I started The Prodigal Fire, I did so much research that my head almost exploded, and I now know everything about vampires when it comes to like rice to garlic. So ask me anything about vampires and the history of it, and I can tell you what it is and what it means. Why do you write about what you write about? I'll tell you right now, because you have to write about something that interests you and something that is very out of your comfort zone, especially when you want it to be very interesting. I mean, if you were gonna write about I need an example. Like a girl going to school every day for this boy. Come on, that's not original. You gotta write something original, and I don't want to write something like that. That's so boring and cliche, and I don't want to be one of those writers. I'm gonna make a love story about a vampire and a girl and have $1 million contract. So I first started writing, actually realistically writing, when I first started writing fan fictions. And for those of you who don't know what fan fictions are stories that you write based off of movies or books or plays or comics or whatever you're into. And I was into Twilight, so I really got big into Twilight fan fictions, and eventually they started getting very popular. They were badly written, so don't Google my pen name, just don't. So basically, I started writing all these Twilight fan fictions, and they got, a good amount of publicity, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna write them, and I'm gonna keep writing more, and it's gonna be great. And I started writing more and more, and I was like, hey, why don't I make a story of my own? And I mean, I'd always been writing stories, but I never wrote in a book, so I was like, I'm gonna write a book. I'm going to write a book. The first book that I was going to write was called oh god, I don't even remember it. I also get questions saying, Michaela, what happened to The Prodigal Fire and why aren't you writing it anymore? I decided that it was too much for me to handle and I couldn't do it anymore. It's basically what happened. So if you're wondering what happened to The Prodigal Fire, it is currently on hold, and it is why I started the second project, Alaska. So what's Alaska about? About reincarnation, my friends. Why reincarnation? What is reincarnation? Basically, reincarnation is the belief that one's soul does not die when they die, or whatever you believe in. I mean, so it's very interesting, but I'm gonna make it into a very interesting twist, and it's going to be very, very cool, and I'm very excited for you guys to read it. How many pages do you write in a chapter, and why? Well, I write about 4 pages a chapter, single-spaced. And the reason why I do that is because I really want to get everything I possibly can out on paper in word vomit until I throw up and turn into a mole and dig into the ground. I mean that in all sincerity. I really mean that in all sincerity. To torture myself. I do it because I like to torture myself because I have no life. What is the word count you're striving for? I'm striving for at least 78,000 by the end of December. It's not going to be very difficult considering how many pages of chapters I have. I have at least 4 pages of chapters, if that made any sense. Oh. Beckley, and why do you keep talking about him with people? Okay, if you don't know who Beckley is, get off this video right now. Beckley is actually the fictional character in one of the main protagonists in The Prodigal Fire. It is actually a creation character, and basically followed me into every single book I've ever thought about making. He has literally been there the whole entire time until I finally found The Prodigal Fire, where he can stay and where he can rest. And my favorite character ever since the dawn of time, basically. Hello, what are your personal Tumblr accounts, and can I have the link? No, you cannot have the link if I know you in real life and you irritate me, so no, you can't. I know that sounded very harsh, but if I know you in real life, I'm not giving it to you. You can have my Scribd. My Scribd is on my Twitter. So, it's my main link for my Twitter because I'm a writer and that's basically what I have a Twitter for now. Those are all my FAQ questions and I'm so glad you watched them, and I probably sound like a man because I don't really care at this point because there's cookies looking at me right now and I really want some. And thank you so much for watching this video. There will be more links down below in the thingy, or maybe not. I might be too lazy, but hopefully there are so it doesn't look like I'm pointing at nothing. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you so much.